Now we're going to go into what to do in an interview. So what do you do when you're in an interview? Well, let's start out with when you arrive to the interview, you want to be in the area 30 minutes before your interview, but you do not want to arrive 30 minutes early inside the building. You want to make sure that you're just 15 minutes early inside the building. Don't make it any longer than that because that's just rude. People don't want to have someone come into the building when they're not expecting you. So I would recommend being in the area 30 minutes prior so you can find parking, kind of review the job description, go over some of your questions and your stories in your head while you're in your car. Then be able to find the building, walk in 15 minutes prior to your interview. If you're 15 minutes early, then you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. So make sure you're 15 minutes early. This makes a really huge impression on a first-time person meeting you. So make sure you're early, and when you arrive early, I want you to smile as big as you can at every single person that you see or meet in the building. And that starts with the front desk receptionist. She's gonna be the first person that you see, most likely. Maybe you see someone in the parking lot. Maybe you see someone when you're opening the door. Just smile, because it might be your interviewee, it might be a senior manager who is the decision maker, but you wanna make sure that you're making the best impression across the board to everyone in the company, because people talk. And people are really just wanting to get to know who you are, so make sure you show your charismatic ways and how you really are as a person by being kind and generous and smiling and being warm and welcoming to conversation. You don't want to be sitting in the waiting area on your phone, bored, looking like you don't want to be there. You want to look excited. So your body language is very important. You want to stand up straight, have an openness about yourself. Don't cross your arms. Don't look like you're slouching. Make sure that you're standing up tall or sitting down tall, crossing your arms slightly, but you don't want to be upset or look bored. You want to be engaged the entire time you're in the building. That starts with even just the arrival. And then when you meet your interviewer, you want to make sure that you get up as they walk towards you, walk towards them and shake their hand very firmly. You don't want to wait till they come to you and while you're sitting there, look up as they're already right next to you and say, "Oh, hi, I didn't see you there." You want to be looking for them, smiling, waiting, can't wait to see them. And when you see them, make sure you're excited, jump up, shake their hand firmly and let them know your name and follow them as they lead you into the office. So when you get into the interview and you're nervous, I just say have a good mindset. Focus on being in a room with a person. Don't act like you're on stage in front of this huge audience. Take it for what it is. You're in a room with a person who's trying to get to know you. You already qualified for the position. That's why you're getting the interview. Now you just want to show your personality. You want to show them that you are concise, you're intelligent, that you're not rambling on, that you're not bragging about yourself, that you're not arrogant. You want to show them that you're kind, generous, team player, motivated, empowered, encouraged to help them achieve their goals. And that's truly what you want to show them. You want to make them smile and laugh, and you want to make them feel comfortable and let them know that you're here to grow a relationship with the company and that you're excited about the opportunity. And that's truly what you're trying to let them know. Let them know that you're willing to do what it takes. Don't be constrictive with your answers when they ask you something. Don't say, "Well, I'm not sure, I don't know," or I'm gonna have to go home and talk to my husband or my wife about it. You don't want to be constrictive. You just want to be excited for the opportunity. When they ask you a question, "Yes, I can't wait to do that. Yes, I look forward to doing that. Yes, yes, yes." Don't ever say no. Say yes and. Yes, and I also can help you do this, or yes, and I will look into that. But don't say no. You don't want to be negative or bring negative words into the environment. You want to be upbeat, positive, empowered, using positive words and power words. You don't want to be negative at all. And so when you're going through the questions and telling your stories that I told you to tell, you want to lead. You don't want to just let them ask you a question and then you have to figure out what you're going to say. If they ask you a question, try to figure out how those 5 things that I told you to have embedded in your brain and researched about yourself, try to figure out how that's going to fit into their question. And then you can have leading questions where you lead them into a direction, but try to be a leader and don't be pushy, but lead, showing your most positive points about yourself, because truly that's what the interview is about. So have a good body language, have positive, powerful words to say, make sure that you are engaging, excited, and even if you're nervous, it's okay to say, I'm a little nervous because I'm super excited about the opportunity, but try to just have a good mindset and let your nerves go and just really show them what a great person you are and how excited you are for the opportunity that they're giving you. And that's truly what's going to help you in that interview. And once you leave the interview, before you leave, I want you to ask questions. You need to have these questions already written down. So you're going to want to bring a notebook. You can have a leather-bound notebook. I like to have a leather-bound notebook that will allow you to have your business cards, maybe some sticky notes, a pen. Even if you want to bring your Apple iPad, because you're an artist or a graphic designer or a web designer and you want to show screenshots of your work, I recommend doing that. If you're in the creative field or a photographer, you want to bring your work with you. Or maybe you have a lot of certificates and awards that you want to show them, or you have licenses that you want to show them. Anything that your job requires you to have that you need to prove, it's good to have that on hand, whether it's in paper, in your notebook, or on an iPad. Those are the things that you need to have and be prepared to show at the end when they're asking you questions, and you can ask them questions saying, what kind of metrics are used to show that I'm going to be exceeding in the position. So I want to know how I'm going to succeed in the position, and what metrics are they going to use to evaluate that. That's a way to say, hey, am I going to be good at this job? Because if I'm not good at sales and that's one of the metrics that they use, it's probably not going to work out. So those are the metrics that you need to be asking them. How do they evaluate? Maybe you can ask them a question like, if you saw someone succeeding in this position, what would that look like? That way it gives them a chance to tell you how a person would succeed in this position. So those are the questions that you want to ask. Get to know the company. Don't ask questions that go off topic. Don't talk about personal things. Keep it professional. But you want to make sure that you come and engage them with questions. And then you want to have a firm handshake when you leave with a big smile, letting them know, thank you so much for the opportunity. I can't wait to hear back from you. And maybe ask them when that you should expect a phone call or an email in regards to the position, and then get their card. You want to make sure that you're able to contact them back. That way, if you don't get a follow-up, you can call and ask them about the follow-up, because sometimes people get busy. Companies say they'll call you on Wednesday, but they don't. But you want to make sure that you're on top of it and that you're making them see that you are still interested in the position, and that you are so interested that you'd go out of your way to figure out if someone got hired or not. And then you want to have a thank you. So within 24 to 48 hours, you want to go home, send an email, and I personally recommend doing a self video that says, "Hi, hiring manager's name. I'm super excited about the opportunity. I had a great time meeting with you, and I can't wait to hear back from you, and I hope you have a great day." That's super exciting. That's something that people are not doing currently, and it gives you an edge. But if you feel uncomfortable with that, no worries, just write an email. If you could do a handwritten note, that would be cool too. Be able to give it to anyone that you came in contact with, the front desk receptionist, the hiring manager, and let them know that you're thankful for their time. And that's all I have for you on interviews. I can't wait to see your success stories on how you aced your interviews and how you got your dream job. So make sure you let us know. Thank you.